Now I invite Dr. MANOJ MATHUR to speak on the role of insurance company in mediation by CPA appointed mediator, new CPA under new CPA Act 2019. So over to you, Dr. Manoj.
Yeah. Good morning. Thank AIOS and the convener Dr. Deshpande for this opportunity. I shall be speaking about the impact of new CPA Act 2019, role of insurance company in mediation. Basically an overall act, like as Dr. Prakash Marathe talked about the earlier act of 86, which was replaced by the new act in 2019. It had a three-tier redressal system at the district level, the state level, and at the national level. And in 1986, this act had given wide definition of a consumer as a person falling in this definition is only allowed to file the redressal application in this act of 1986, which was subsequently given a broader perspective. The term consumer was given a broader perspective in the in the latest act. So, Consumer Protection Act 2019, there was an initial euphoria among the medical fraternity that the term health is deleted from the purview of the CPA. But the Supreme Court refused to intervene with the judgment of the Bombay High Court and opined that in CPA 2019, medical services shall fall under the ambit of services as mentioned in section 242. This is clear. The role of AIOS and the other bodies come subsequently, like as Dr. Marathe said, this has already been opined by the Bombay High Court, and SC refused to interfere with the decision of the Bombay High Court. The task becomes much more Herculean. Any matter in medical negligence on the part of service provider will be considered as a deficiency under section 4211 of the new CPA. And section 69(1) of the CPA 2019 lays down a time limit within which the complaint against medical negligence needs to be filed as 2 years from the date of injury. So it is mandatory for all of us to maintain our records for at least 2 years. And as suggested by Dr. Rostagi, the surgical records for at least 3 years. But if there is a malpractice case pending, it has to be till the disposal of the case, and if it results in the death of the patient, forever. So, the Consumer Protection Act 2019 seeks to revamp the Consumer Protection Act mechanism by repealing the Consumer Protection Act 1986. A striking feature of this act relates to the establishment of consumer mediation cells for settlement of consumer disputes through the settlement mechanism. While retailing the certain old provisions, the new act has certain new provisions that tightens the existing rules to further safeguard consumer rights and create exhaustive protection law. And the 3 provisions that impact medical practice from among the 8 prominent changes between 1986 and 2019 is the clause number 3 that adheres to strict norms for misleading advertisement. We have to be beware when we are trying to advertise even ethical advertisement. Changes in pecuniary jurisdiction, and the last but not the least, alternate dispute resolution, which I shall be highlighting about. What is a misleading advertisement? Any misleading advertisement in relation to any product or service means an advertisement which they have, this is the legal terminology, let's not go into every word of it, but what is applicable to us is we need to give a correct perspective about the procedure, including outcome and risk involved, and to obtain proper comprehensive consent. And when we are trying to advertise our procedures or advertise our center or a hospital in the social media, we need to be very careful so as not to be caught on this clause. The next medical clause that is the medical fraternity is going to impact is, as already highlighted, the Consular Disputes Redressal Commission has increased the pecuniary benefits at the district, the state, and the national level. It was limited to 20 lakhs at the district level, which is now 1 crore, and for the state commission from 1 crore to 10 crores, and at the national level to over 10 crores. So how does this impact the medical profession? We need to take proper enhanced indemnity cover, so to account for this. And then the last one, the alternate dispute resolution through mediation, which I shall be highlighting about. The term mediation can be defined as a voluntary dispute resolution process where the third party, that is the mediator, facilitates negotiation between the disputed parties to negotiate for their rights and interests by themselves. Mediation is a voluntary binding process in which an impartial and neutral mediator facilitates disputing parties in reaching the settlement. A mediator does not impose a solution but creates a conducive environment in which disputing parties can resolve all their disputes. A consumer commission may refer a consumer dispute for mediation at the first hearing itself of the complaint, after its admission, or at a later stage if it appears to the consumer commission that there exist any elements of settlement which may be acceptable to the parties. All the consumer disputes can be referred to for mediation except matters relating to the proceedings in respect of medical negligence resulting from grievous injury or death of the patient. These have to be tried, these can't be mediated. The parties can opt out of mediation at any time, but no appeal lies after the settlement of dispute through the mediation once the court pronounces its judgment. So there is a mediator, there are two aggrieved parties. The mediator can negotiate, can discuss the case separately with the two parties, or if you require, bringing them together. And you have the option to exit this mediation process at any time you feel that the mediation is going to go against you. But once you accept the mediation and the mediator refers this settlement to the court and court pronounces the judgment, then you don't have a right to appeal in the higher court. That you have to keep it in mind. And the role of insurance company and its repercussion to medical profession, currently based on our level of practice and our risk profile, we take indemnity insurance on AOI and AOA basis. What is this AOI? AOI is any 1 year. For example, you take an insurance of 1 crore. AOA, that means any one accident. You can take your insurance cover saying that it is 25%, 33%, 50%, or 100%. What does it mean? If your insurance say, I have an indemnity cover of 1 crore on 25% basis, that means any one accident, AOA, one claim settlement, you will be getting a highest limit of 25 lakhs only. So this you have to take it in mind. These are the intermediary things that you need to consider when you want to cover yourself properly for indemnity cover. Since the pecuniary benefit limits are raised, the patients or their advocates may be tempted to file for compensation. And now since insurance company represents the doctor, see, you have taken an insurance from an insurance company. The insurance company will be tempted to settle it out of court and finish off the matter, not taking into consideration your reputation. So that is why you need to be more careful. And since the insurance represents the doctor, it may accept mediation in frivolous cases also, and there is scope for malpractice in this mediation process. And to exhaust the indemnity of the health professional. So the health professional needs to take an increased risk cover. So what is it like for the insurance company? If you take only you take an insurance cover of 1 crore, and then suppose it is 100%. In a frivolous case, the insurance company can settle your case out of court and be done with 10 lakhs. So you would lose the cover for the rest of the year. So you need to be careful as to how much AOI and AOY you need. So what we need to do, we need to enhance your indemnity cover adequately, suggest that we take indemnity cover at AOA 25% so that at least we are covered for 4 accidents in a year. That covers for at least 4 accidents in a year. Always keep your indemnity policy, this is the most important, up to date, and pay your premium before the due date to avoid being lapsed, as there is no grace period for premium payments for indemnity insurance. Like for your life insurance, endowment insurance, life covers, you have a grace period of 1 month to pay your insurance. But for indemnity insurance, you have to pay your premium before the due date, or else the policy lapses. And how does it impact you? Like, always remember that there has to be an uninterrupted cover from the date of accident till the filing of the case. Suppose there is a cause of incident has taken place 1.5 years ago. The patient goes to the CPA. Now, while renewing your premium last year, you have a gap of more than a week or 10 days to pay your premium after the due date. That means your retrospective date will be from that date, and it will not be in a continuous mode from the date of injury for the patient. That means you won't be covered under indemnity, you won't be covered, you will not get that insurance cover. So you need to be careful about 2 things. Number 1, what is your AOY, that is yearly limit, and what is your AOA, limit per accident, and then you have to maintain your premium payment well on time before the due date. And so, just in case you are not covered or have exhausted the indemnity, how is CPA 2019 going to impact you? The enhanced pecuniary benefits are going to kill. It is easy to file a case under CPA where there is no fee up to a bill of 5 lakhs. The patient can just go online and file a case. There is no fee for the patient to file the case. You are a professional. You please remove that. We have adequate time. I will be taking just one more minute. Yeah. It is easy to file a case under CPA where there is no fee up to a bill of up to 5 lakhs. Patients and advocates are tempted to meddle with this. You are a professional under heavy stress of high investment. You will be tempted to settle things by mediation, which can open the floodgates for future too. Oh, this doctor comes for mediation. Let us file more frivolous cases in future. In case you fight the case and lose, you are expected to deposit half of the compensation amount in the higher forum and appeal within 30 days if you are appealing from the district to the state commission or from the state commission to the national commission, but you get a time limit of 45 days if you are appealing in the Supreme Court. So take adequate precautions, care, and best to you all. Thank you for your patient hearing.